What's going on, guys? This your boy Mag Dog TV coming back with another one. So it looks like primetime Deion Sanders sat down with Asante Samuel and spoke about Shedeur Sanders as well as his other kid, Shiloh Sanders. He also broke silence in regards to everything that comes with the Sanders. I have the video clips in this video. Shout out to Say What's Needed to Be Said in this video.
Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go.
So once again, as I said before, earlier today on Say What's Needed to Be Said, I will have a link in the description to Asante Samuel's channel. He sat down with primetime Deion Sanders in regards to a lot of different topics. One main topic was Shedeur Sanders. Primetime Deion Sanders had a chance to weigh in on the latest in regards to Shedeur Sanders being in Cleveland. He also spoke about the draft, all the hate that comes towards the Sanders family and all those things. I have the video clips in this video. I'm gonna let you guys hear it, and then I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts as we get towards the end of this video. So let's keep this train rolling.
No, did you max him out, Coach? Did you max him out? I didn't want to kill because you got to understand, you can't just come in
everything
like a normal coach because we affect everything.
Right.
Like, I mean, everything. I mean, you got to go in and pull up the numbers and the consensus in the
economy.
You got to. That's what I'm saying. We made $113 million in our first year for Colorado. No, I'm sorry, for Boulder, Colorado. Not Denver and all that, but Boulder, Colorado.
Boulder, the city. Yeah.
There's so many things that we affect: the attendance, the enrollment. We affect everything, man. The restaurants, the hotels, we affect everything. So the apparel was up 700%. Like, we have numbers to justify. So when we go into negotiation, we giving you these numbers like, hey, man, you see this, right? Yeah. This is what we were and this is what we are. So it ain't just about wins and losses, it's about the effect that you have on the whole city and the whole state.
They probably just begging with you, like pleading with you, like, Prime, we know how much you work. We can't pay that much, but we'll give you as much as we possibly can, man. Just please.
It wouldn't a little bit like that. Wouldn't a little bit like that.
Just please, man. Please, man. We're going to give you a bunch. I'm taking a pay cut. I'm giving you some out of my salary.
I never want to go anywhere anyway, man. So, I know there was a lot of rumors about the next level, and I can't see that. Yeah. I can't see the next level. And I think a couple people who may have taken shots at my kids, they were afraid that I would go to that. And that's where the shots came from. All you got to do is just sit back and listen. And
that's all you got to do.
But people don't want to do that. They want to create these narratives and create these stories and then attach them to a kid that ain't never done nothing wrong.
Yeah. How does that make you feel when you see your colleagues or your peers going in on you, man? Like, how does that make you feel?
No idea, man. You have no idea. Like,
because I don't think people be understanding, like I got kids too. These are our kids. These are our kids.
Blood,
we're
man.
coaches, but these are kids. This is our blood.
And stop lying. Like, you got to understand, my kids are built for everything. We had 2 TV shows, and then we had shows in high school. We're playing football in junior and senior year. So we've always been in front of the camera, so they know how to navigate. They know how to handle themselves. Yeah. And you're not going to catch them in no foolery and no mess. You're not going to do that whatsoever. So when you sit up there and say something like, he went in a meeting unprepared, like, dude, Shedeur Sanders, who's had 6 different coordinators, who has still functioned and went up, leveled up every time we brought somebody new in, and you're gonna tell me
every situation.
You're gonna tell me he had on headphones, Shedeur. Anybody know my son? Understand he's a professional. Like, he's gonna go into a meeting with headphones on. Like, yo, come on, man.
You know what that tells me, Coach? That tells me somebody was looking for something before they even came there. I was already looking for something.
Yeah,
looking for an issue, pre-planned. You know what I mean? But hey. Bygones, bygones. Hey, man, we know you a dog. Your kid's a dog, and dogs gonna always rise to the top. You know what I mean? That's what I believe. You know what I mean?
There you go.
For real. But,
Yeah, but
then we're talking about...
It did hurt.
Man, Coach, when you talking about it hurt. It hurt us. It hurt me. It hurt, Coach.
But you know, the Bible says God uses the foolish things to confound the wise. So it was some foolish stuff that went on, but you know what? That gave them something that they needed. Like that gave them something that they said, all right. You know, that edge that Tom had, that edge, it gave them that edge that you had, it gave them that edge that I have. You know, when folks say we're gonna be nothing, we weren't gonna be nothing, so we had to prove that. That gave them the edge that they needed. Both of them.
Mm-hmm. He already used to adversity, like I say, come from Jackson State and Colorado, so he built for that stuff. Like you said,
we built for that.
You raised them right, you know what I mean? But like we say, we're talking about Shedeur, and I'm gonna talk about Colorado, but being that, you know, Shedeur and all the young gunners left or the old gunners left, how much can this team improve, man, from last season? Coming one game short of the Big 12 championship, how much think you can improve?
We won't have Travis, who is an anomaly. You know, he ain't nobody like that. There ain't nobody like that. Let's get that straight. And Shedeur, what he did for the program, only the people inside understands who he was. And as long as he had the ball in his hands, everybody in the country felt like we had a chance as long as he had that ball. So we won't have that. But I feel as though we're going to be better because we had
more team ball.
Yes, we had individuals that were phenomenal as well as the receivers. You know, Jimmy, LeJounte, Will, all them, we had some dogs. Now we're going to have a better team. Line is better, offensively and defensively. The backfield is better. The receivers, I'm not going to say they're better because we sent 4 guys to the pros. Will is the only one. He flunked his physical, but he's going to get it right. So we sent 4 guys to the NFL, so that's hard to do. But as a team, we're going to be better, man. We got some dogs. That DJ McKinney on that corner, man, I think he's a pro as well. We got some long dogs.
There was one cornerback, man, I'll be bad with names, but he had a bad game. Maybe it was against Kansas State or something. And I was like, man, like, who is this guy? And I'm talking about the next couple games, he came back and he was balling. He looked like
you know, you told me. Yeah, that's too far.
Oh, man. Hey, big shout out to that cornerback, man. That's what it's about.
That's who you think. You're talking about Preston Hodge.
Yeah. I think that's his name. Shout out to you, Hodge, man. That's what it's about. Adversity at corner. You're going to get beat sometime. Yeah. How do you bounce back? Can you make a play after you got beat? And that was it.
And I believe it's a first down. And we say first down, shot down.
You guys just heard primetime Deion Sanders weighing in on Shedeur Sanders. He understands there are some things he can say, there are some things he can't say because the media is going to twist his words, make things more crazier than it really is. So there's some things he can say and there's some things that he can't say. But I definitely agree with him in regards to the draft. That was all because of him, Deion Sanders. They had nothing to do with Shedeur Sanders. We know he's been raised well. He's a humble kid. He's definitely not a cocky person. He don't go out there and smoke. He don't drink. He don't do all those things. They try to label Shedeur Sanders like a Baker Mayfield or Johnny Manziel. That is completely opposite of what Shedeur Sanders is. And of course, on the football field, he's him. We see that every single day when we react to the OTAs. He's built for it 1,000%. You guys can get down in the comments and let me know, how do you guys feel about what primetime Deion Sanders said with Asante Samuel? Of course, as I said before, there are some things that he can say and he can't say because the media is definitely crazy these days, man. And primetime Deion Sanders is him. He is it. So anytime he says something, the world definitely flips upside down. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bell. That way, every time I upload a new video, you guys will see it. And of course, we had to get primetime Deion Sanders update on this channel. Until next time, peace.